True or false? Most sexual assaults happen by someone the person doesn't know.
It could be by someone they know, most likely, or someone they don't know. False.
No.
False.
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 No. False.
False.
It's false.
This is false.
Because it's not right. It can happen by somebody you know, or a family member, a friend. It doesn't really matter what if you know them or not. It's about the intent.
It usually happens by friends, people that they know, and that's what's so messed up about it.
It's normally by people who they know or have recently met.
Well, it doesn't really have to be by someone you don't know. It could also be by someone you do know.
True or false? Most sexual assaults occur in isolated places like back alleys and empty streets.
True.
True.
I think that's false because I think it's somewhere where they're more comfortable, like usually at home or somewhere where there's not a lot of guidance around, where it'll be easier to do.
True or false? Sexual assaults are usually violent and physical force is used.
False. Because it can happen when people are drugged, and they won't have the ability to say no.
If you're still struggling with consent, just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. You say, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" And they go, "Oh my God, I would love a cup of tea. Thank you." Then you know they want a cup of tea. If you say, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" And they're like, I'm not really sure. Then you could make them a cup of tea or not, but be aware they might not drink it. And if they don't drink it, then, and this is the important part, don't make them drink it. Just because you made it doesn't mean you are entitled to watch them drink it. And if they say no thank you, then don't make them tea. At all. Just don't make them tea. Don't make them drink tea. Don't get annoyed at them for not wanting tea. They just don't want tea, okay? They might say, "Yes, please. That's kind of you." And then when the tea arrives, they actually don't want the tea at all. Sure, that's kind of annoying as you've gone to all the effort of making the tea, but they remain under no obligation to drink the tea. They did want tea, now they don't. Some people change their mind in the time that it takes to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk. And it's okay for people to change their mind. And you are still not entitled to watch them drink it. And if they're unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people don't want tea. And they can't answer the question, "Do you want tea?" because they're unconscious. Okay, maybe they were conscious when you asked them if they wanted tea. And they said yes. But in the time it took you to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk, they are now unconscious. You should just put the tea down. Make sure the unconscious person is safe. And this is the important part again. Don't make them drink the tea. They said yes then, sure, but unconscious people don't want tea. If someone said yes to tea, started drinking it, and then passed out before they'd finished it, don't keep on pouring it down their throat. Take the tea away. Make sure they're safe, because unconscious people don't want tea. Trust me on this. If someone said yes to tea around your house last Saturday, that doesn't mean they want you to make them tea all the time. They don't want you to come around to their place unexpectedly and make them tea and force them to drink it going, but you wanted tea last week. Or to wake up to find you pouring tea down their throat going, but you wanted tea last night. But if you can understand how completely ludicrous it is to force people to have tea when they don't want tea, and you're able to understand when people don't want tea, then how hard is it to understand it when it comes to sex? Whether it's tea or sex, consent is everything. And on that note, I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea.
True or false? If a girl drinks too much at a party, what happens is her own fault.
False.
False.
False. False, because if you do anything to someone when they're unconscious and without their permission, it's considered rape and you can go to jail for that.
True or false? If a guy is persistent and keeps trying sexual stuff with someone, then the guy obviously really likes him.
That's false because they could just be using them.
False.
False.
False, if someone keeps trying, is like persistent to sexual stuff with you, doesn't always mean that they like you. They could just be using you.
True or false? It is not a big deal to slap someone on the butt as a joke.
That's false. It's a big deal.
It's wrong.
False.
It is a big deal.
Because it's very inappropriate.
Well, you shouldn't be allowed to touch anybody without their consent.
True or false? Teenage guys can be sexually assaulted and it has nothing to do with how physically strong they are to protect themselves.
That's true. That is true. Because anyone can be sexually assaulted.
You hear stories, many stories about athletes being sexually abused, sexually assaulted by coaches, and I'm certain they're physically strong being athletes, but they're manipulated, so I think that's probably the reason.
True or false? A 14-year-old can date a 20-year-old as long as the 14-year-old says it's okay.
No, that's not, no, that's, oh my, no, that's bad, no.
False, because they're not of age. To me, that's too young for overage.
Well, like, it depends on the situation, but I don't think that's all right. Like, a 20-year-old is like a grown adult, and a 14-year-old is like not even developed right.
True or false? If a girl sends a sexual picture of herself to a guy, then he has no right to send it to anyone else.
True. I say it's true because she sent it to you because she trusts you, and like, once their picture's going around, if they only sent it to you, you know.
I say true because of the same reason, and if she wanted everybody to see, she could have posted it or something.
Yeah.
True. If someone trusts him with that, he should not send it to anyone else.
True,
because if she does send it to anyone else, you know, it'll ruin her life, and then she's gonna go into depression, and she might think about killing herself.
True. Because it's illegal.
Is it true or false youth 12 to 17 years of age report the highest rates of sexual violence?
I think that's true because it seems as though they're in a time of their life where they're actually speaking up about things that are happening to them.
True.
True.
True or false, sexual assaults are one of the most unreported crimes in Canada.
True,
Why?
because a lot of people are embarrassed or afraid to talk about it. Not every institution, a lot of sexual assaults happen at university and they don't always keep good records of it. So that's one reason why it's probably underreported.
True.
Why?
Most of the time the victims are afraid to come forward. They don't want to have that over their heads, I guess is what it is. And often the criminal court system doesn't exactly treat them fairly in that, so I believe that is why.
True. Women don't really, they feel like they're too embarrassed to talk about it whenever it happens.
Yeah.
True. I would think this is true because a person would be most uncomfortable discussing something like that.
True.
Why?
Because a lot of people are scared. They're scared to admit, first of all, that they have been sexually assaulted. And a lot of them don't want to come forward because of the
Repercussions?
the repercussions that will happen after the fact.
True or false, females are victims of 80% of reported sexual assaults.
I think that's true.
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 Why?
I think most women, like, when they're younger, they're more pretty and stuff, and the guys take advantage of that in the wrong way, and they assault them for whatever the reason is, just because most women are, like, easier for things like that to happen.
I don't know, I guess it's because usually like guys won't really report it, and so girls are more like it's not going to get reported. It's usually not reported a lot, and most of the time it's most likely girls that would report it over guys, even though guys do get sexually assaulted.
I think that men feel more entitled to they feel like they have more power to take over women when really they just don't. So they take advantage of that.